If a person in a relationship has repeatedly been a bad boy, can he change his behavior and become a family man?
Our own Sarah Haynes hit the street to see what you had to say.
Do you think people can change?
Of course I do.
It depends on what your true nature is inside.
No.
I do.
People or men?
Jesse James, Tiger Woods, can they change?
Yes, absolutely. There's always time to make amends.
Oh, those bad boys? No, I don't think you can change. I'm sorry. Those are things that they've done probably all their life, and they just got away with it.
They are having too much fun, though. They don't want to change.
Yes, they want to enough.
Do you think people can change?
Clothes?
Wait, clothes?
Clothes?
Clothes, no!
All right, Argie Allen is the Director of Clinical Training at Drexel University's Couple and Family Therapy Department.
And Andrew Trees, you know him from our man panel, is also the not the odor. Excuse me. All right, I'm just speaking the truth today, all right? He's the author of Decoding Love and also a great novel called Club Rules. And welcome to both of you.
Well, this is interesting. Tiger Woods, Jesse James, those guys seem to have a serial pattern of infidelity. Can guys like that, who seem to have been doing it for a long time, change?
Yeah, you know, I'm going to say yes because I'm a therapist and I
You'll be out of work if they can't.
that people, exactly. But they have to want to, they have to be willing, and they have to be motivated to. And if they're not motivated to change any kind of habitual behavior, then they're not going to do it.
I feel like some people have a cheating gene. I mean, that sounds like a stretch, but they just, it seems like it's in their DNA.
Well, they have discovered certain genetic markers that make some men more predisposed to cheat than others. So there is that. And so I think there is, for certain men who display this character over time, you know, you wonder, do they have, obviously we don't have that genetic test on either of those, but do they have those genes that increase the likelihood?
Well, Rabbi Shmuley was talking earlier about the fact that we, of all the animal world, have free choice. So, I mean, each time someone is tempted, they can decide not to.
That's right.
Now, it's interesting what you said about these gentlemen, like a Tiger Woods. If he has motivation, even if it's not to get his marriage back, but say he can't get his swing back because the head games and stuff.
Right.
It's going to take something that huge in his life?
Yeah, I think so, because look at Tiger Woods. He used to be the darling of the golf world, and now he's not.
The whole world.
And so that might be motivation enough to want him to get his reputation back.
Can he, though? Kenny, will people be forgiving, you think?
I think people are forgiving. I think he needs to be forgiving of himself, and then he needs to really do the work, because it's hard work.
Let's pretend you're a woman on the other side, and a guy says, you know what, I've changed. I'm not the same guy who you met 6 months ago. I'm different. How do you know when to believe that? Because all women have heard that.
I think you always ignore the words and you look at the actions.
Always.
So you look at, does he demonstrate this over time, right? Not is he great that night, but does he is he a different person over the coming months in how he behaves? Never the words. Those are easy to say.
But it's also true what one of the people on the street said. Basically, these guys have so much money. They have so much opportunity. Women are not exactly shy around guys like that. Each time they stray, it's because a woman said, hey, baby, over here, right?
But you look, I mean, look at someone like Paul Newman, right? Who was famous for having a fantastic marriage. That guy had plenty of opportunities, right? That doesn't mean that you don't have the character to choose not to do it.
Now, are men, who's more apt to change, men or women?
I think both can change, but again, they have to want to. And I think women are way more forgiving than men.
That's
and we're not talking about the spiritual aspect. Sometimes you can't do it on your own. Look at AA. You know, they all acknowledge a higher power. Is it possible to do it without power coming from someplace else?
I don't think so. I think you've got to really tell yourself that you need help. Acknowledge what you've done. Research what you've done in the past so that you can create a different story, and then get the help that you need.
And plug into the power that's available.
AA is a great example in the sense that you look at most alcoholics, they fail a number of times when they try to kick the addiction. And you have to look at change as something that's like that. It's very difficult. It's incremental. It's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. To say, I'm going to change, or this person's going to change, it's not something that happens overnight. It takes a lot of work.
Andrew and Argie.
Thanks, you guys. Because you're perfect.
Yes, you are. All right, up next, our own resident bad boy,
Donnie Deutsch.
Oh, gosh, he's going to get put on the spot. We're going to grill him. Bring him over here.